Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Bell with William O'Neill India. My name is Rajashekhar Kongari, Equity Research Analyst. Uh, the disclaimer for this podcast is that whatever stocks we discuss in this podcast are intended only for educational purpose, should not be taken as an investment advice. Let's look into Nifty's daily chart to get the overall picture of the market and what are the levels we are looking into. You can see Nifty has had a not so much price action recently last week, but yesterday, even though the volume was on the lower side, below average, the action was very good. Mostly in the last half an hour, Nifty advanced nearly 100 points, mostly because of yesterday being a monthly expiry of future and options. There has been a lot of volatility in the last half an hour because that's where the options have expired and they change the hands between the buyers and sellers. So that usually happens when monthly expiry or weekly expiry, this volatility will come. However, if you look at the previous sessions, there is not much action on the indices. The volume has also been dried up. There are many reasons. Prominently, the action with FIIs have come down slow because US market is in the holiday mode. So might be the reason the volume on the index is on the lower side. On the macroeconomic front, there has not been any major positive news coming up. The inflation has been still at a higher rates, and interest rates are also at higher rates. So the growth is getting hampered. But the stock market is saying a different thing. If you look at the Nifty index, it is just less than 200 points from the all-time high of 18,600, which was made in the October last year. So within the 1 year, Nifty recovered almost after making a low of 15,100. Again, it is near it all-time high. So that shows the strength of Indian market when compared to other indices which are still in drawdown phase. We are in a very good phase if you compare Indian indices with other stock markets. This is because the Indian growth story is still intact. Still, major governments and other agencies are expecting good growth rate in Indian market because of public consumption and private investments, which will definitely help us grow further. So, stock market is also rejoicing these growth story. Coming to the market status from the only lens, we are in a confirmed uptrend. That means we'll be adding stocks to model portfolio. We have been adding stocks. If you see recently, also we have added few stocks, couple of stocks to model portfolio. And once we are in confirmed uptrend, it's very important to track weakness in the market also because identifying top is very tricky part. So we have devised a mechanism related to that to identify tops. Distribution days help us in that scenario. Distribution days when Nifty declines 0.2% or more on volume higher than the previous session, that indicates some amount of weakness coming into the markets. So accumulation of distribution days will indicate that market is definitely under pressure. So we'll move the market status to under pressure. In such a scenario, we will be booking out profits in a model portfolio stock, and our additions will come down. Only strong breakouts will be added in under pressure. So kindly distribution day count is one. Recently, it has happened. This candle, you can see Nifty closed near the day's low, and volume was also on the higher side if you compare with the previous day's volume. So it was first distribution day on the index. So that is not a major weakness. Any distribution day count around 3 to 4 indicates a weakness. By the time Nifty will also retrace towards its 21 DMA, which is a short-term moving average. If that level is breached and distribution day count increases to 3 to 4, will be changing the market status to under pressure. Some of the stocks which are in the news and which will be under radar during the market hours are Punjab National Bank has received approval from government to divest around 15% in stake in UTI AMC. Other major pharma company, that is Lupin, has received 8 observations from US FDA at its API facility in Mandidip in Madhya Pradesh. Other pharma company Biocon has increased its stake in its subsidiary, that is Biocon Biologics. So around 2200 crores it is investing. So that it stake increases to 88.85 post this acquisition. Uh, Country's major lender, that is State Bank of India, is considering raising of funds around 10,000 crores by issuing infrastructure bonds. Upon receiving required approvals from the uh, agencies, this proposal will come up, and the bank is also looking to whether to go on private or public basis. Coming to the institutional activity yesterday, FIIs, foreign institutional investors have bought more than 200 crores of equities in the yesterday's session, whereas domestic investors have sold on net basis 235 crores of equities. US market is closed because of Thanksgiving holiday. Asian markets are trading mixed today. Shanghai is trading 0.5% higher, whereas Kospi and Nikkei are trading 0.3% lower. SGX Nifty is indicating a very good opening for the index. It is currently trading around 18,600 level. If that opening is sustained, definitely we might see a new all-time high on the index, which is a very good sign for the long-term investors. So definitely, if that happens, we hope good breakouts happen, and our model portfolio will also do very good in such a case. If you look at the sectoral view, most of the indices are in rally, and some of the indices are in under pressure. So there is no major broad-based rally happening. You can see pharma, financial services, FMCG, auto sectors have moved under pressure because of increased distribution day count. For the chart of the day, we have picked ICICI Bank. Stock is currently about to break out from its stage 3 base pattern. The fundamental story of the company is very strong. EPS of 94 indicates the same. This is because the company has been reporting good set of numbers both on sales and EPS front. It has reported good double-digit growth in EPS. Number of funds, even though the absolute number is near 2000 level, still the number of funds invested in the company has been increasing consistently. In the today's session, if the stock opens in the blue zone, that is ideal buy zone, we might add it to model portfolio. We have been looking for this stock to add it to model portfolio. Thanks for joining today's people. Hope you have a good trading session.